I want to summarize the legalities that we've just traipsed through here. The binding of a prisoner before he was condemned was unlawful unless resistance was offered or expected. Jesus offered none. So the very binding him was against the law. It was illegal for judges to participate in the arrest of the accused. There are no legal transaction, including a trial, could be conducted at night. That was illegal. The very fact that it was at night was illegal. The arrest was effected through the agency of an informer and a traitor. While an acquittal could be pronounced the same day, any other verdict required a majority of 2 and had to come on a subsequent day. That's the way the law worked. All these things are being violated. No prisoner could be convicted on his own evidence. We take these things common in our legal system because we derive from what's called English common law. And the English common law derived from the Judeo-Christian traditions that preceded it. And these are all entitlements that were operative or should have been operative at this time. It was the duty of the judge to see that the interest of the accused was fully protected. That's what he's all about. That's the concept. Preliminary hearings before a magistrate were completely foreign to the Jewish legal system. They had to adopt that because they didn't have the power to execute the judgment that they had already decided on before the trial took place, namely death. The judges sought false witnesses against Jesus. That's against the law. In a Jewish court, the accused was to be assumed innocent until proven guilty by 2 or more witnesses. Didn't happen here. The Jews failed to find 2 witnesses agreeing against Jesus, obviously. When the witnesses first disagreed, the prisoner should have been released. The trial under Caiaphas took place in his home rather than the council chamber where it should have been held. Technicality, but still operative. The court lacked the civil authority to condemn a man to death. We just went through that with Coponius and all that. It was illegal to conduct a session of the court on a feast day. A guilty verdict was rendered without evidence. The balloting was illegal. It should have begun by roll with the youngest voting first. The sentence is finally passed in the palace of the high priest, but the law demanded it be pronounced in the temple in the hall of hewn stone. The high priest tears his garment. That itself was against the law. He is never permitted to tear his official robe, Leviticus 21:10. And if he hadn't on his priestly robe, he couldn't have put Christ under oath. We know, in other words, because he put Christ under oath, he had to be wearing his robe. And because he was wearing his robe, the robe he tore was against the law. Anyway. So that's the quick snapshot of the night of nights.